Hey guys, welcome back to another almost inevitable tutorial. My name is still PK, and in this video what we're going to learn is how to control the order of mobile stacking. Now this video, I'm making this video and this tutorial as a post, and this post will also be part of a larger post that puts a lot of stuff together and will basically summarize a lot of the problems that you will have, that I've seen people have when working on mobile responsiveness. Now, I also offer a couple courses. One course is for learning CSS, and the other is specifically on making Divi more responsive. Now, the way that they're different is this teaches pretty much everything. If you know this, you can pretty much work out all the stuff that's here, but this course actually focuses solely on how to make everything responsive. You need a little bit of CSS knowledge for that, but you can learn both of them over here and pretty much be able to code everything yourself. So those are the plugs on this, and what we're going to do now is go into this. Now here is a regular, what I call a checkerboard, and of course in my courses that's what I call them. Okay, so yeah, so this is what I call a checkerboard layout, and of course it's made like this. You have an image in one column and text in the other, text in this column and image in the other. Now this looks great and a lot of people use this, but the problem is that if you go into mobile, all right, if I pull this out, it goes back to that, and I need to get back into, there we go, get back into mobile, there we go. Now, if we get into mobile view, now this, I don't know why that's there. This is my testing for all the tutorial sites, so it's not important. So anyways, if we go into mobile, it looks, oh shit, this is already fixed. I'll go back to what it was like before. So this is the main CSS file that I have in here. All right, so this is inside the child theme. These are all the stuff. This is my playground, sandbox pretty much. So that's the main CSS file that I have. I didn't reload that. So this is what you would normally get. You would get, if you have this layout, what you normally would get is you would get an image, you would get your text, and you get text from this column and then the image over here, because it goes in this order. See, it goes from left to right, and then the next column left to right, and that's how you get image, text, text, and image, which is not ideal because this looks sloppy, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to actually rearrange these columns on mobile. Now, we're not going to duplicate this because that's, I think, the laziest and the worst way you can do it. And I will, of course, address this in the next post that I'm making. And like I said, this post is to help that other post because I just wanted to include this as a separate post. You'll see what I mean when you see the next post, okay? So, oh, and if you want to stay tuned to what I'm doing, subscribe, and as soon as you subscribe, you'll get a coupon that will give you 10% off of my courses. So that's great. All right, back to this. So what we're going to do is we are going to target this screen size, and Divi usually uses a screen size that is 480 pixels wide, which covers pretty much all the screen sizes of mobile devices. Now, if for example, you have a device that's something like maybe, I don't know how Samsung does it, but I think I remember a LG G234, whatever it is. I don't know anything about those models, but somewhere around there they have a full HD screen that's held vertically, and in that case, what happens is Galaxy. Let's try that. See what happens here. Oh, it's still 360. But yeah, so some phones actually go all the way to 540. So in that case, if some people complain about that, just change that to 550. All right, and you can probably target that. If you want to change this on the Divi breakpoint, which is the breakpoint that Divi just starts stacking everything, that would most likely be 980, and that's the size that everything just starts becoming mobile on Divi. All right, so yeah, what you need to do is go to the row where you want to reverse the order. Okay, so in this case, it would be the one with the text on that side, on the left side. Okay, go to the row settings, and in the advanced tab, add a CSS class that's called reverse on mobile. Okay, just copy paste that, put that in there. You probably should type that in there, I guess. Put that in there, save, update, and you're done. Okay, you're done. Now this is already saved, but I just took out the CSS. So I'm going to add this CSS. Now what this does is it reverses the columns, and it looks complicated. You don't need to worry about any of that because this is all auto prefixes. It's not important because you'll learn how to do all of this in the courses. Like this course teaches all that, but what this does is it makes sure that it works on pretty much all the browsers out there. And the good thing about Flex is it works all the way down to Internet Explorer 11. And I feel that Internet Explorer 11 is still irrelevant, so we just make sure that it works on all the browsers, including the Microsoft ones, right? Cool. So all you need to do is just copy that and paste that. Oops, paste that. Ooh, shit. Sorry. So paste that in the there are a couple places you can place that. One would be in Divi theme options. You can paste that in here. If it loads, it's on local. All right, there we go. So paste that in here if you need to, or you can paste that in the page if it's just for this page, custom CSS, or probably in your child theme CSS, which is properly enqueued. Okay, and that's what I think should be the best option. If you do need a child theme, head over here and you will get your free Divi child theme. All right, it's free for you to use, and it has everything properly set out for you. Just load that and it's done. All right, so paste that into your CSS file and save it. And now this thing, when you reload it, you will see that it's back, right? Now we got the image, we got the text, we got the image, and we got the text. Now the one thing that you will notice is that there is a margin. There is a margin underneath this guy, this column, because it is the first column. And the last column has no margin underneath it. You see the yellow there and no yellow here? But we just reversed that order, so what we get is we get nothing under here, and we get, oops, it should be up here. So we get, nope, sorry, there we go. So we get the margin down here, and we get nothing over here, right? So there are ways to do that. So if you do really want to do that, you can change that. I will add some explanation in the post, but this is really up to you. Make sure you can either take out the margin down here on the bottom, right? And you can add the margin here on the bottom. All right, that you can do that in your column settings, and that's probably the easiest way to do it, I think. Right? So if you go to column settings, I don't know how to. Oh, yeah, there we go. I think that's it, right? Column padding. Column padding. Is that how you do it? I don't use these things, so yeah, I think that's how you do it, right? I do it in CSS, but yeah. So add that, and you're done. Okay. So I think that's about it. So have fun with that. If you have any questions on how to add that stuff, start with adding these here, right? So the text column and the image column, and then you can target them and then add your margins on the bottom or take it out. Okay, and it's not that complicated. Just leave a comment if you need it. Otherwise, this is enough for you to reverse the column order, and I think that'll be it. All right, so subscribe to my newsletter. I keep putting out posts every other, I don't know, sometimes, and you get some cool stuff, and I have a lot of cool stuff in the works. Oh, one more thing. Yeah, right. I almost forgot to tell you about this. I am starting a new little thing where you get to actually name your price. And what you do here is you can put in whatever price you want. A lot of people have already signed up for this course. They put in $0. You can do that too if you want, or if you want to help me out, just put in a couple dollars in there. And you will learn how to use the inspector in this case. I am thinking of adding a couple more, a handful of mini courses in this case. So keep an eye out, sign up for the newsletter, and I will see you around. Okay? All right. Take care. Bye-bye.